Peace and love, peace and love, peace, everybody. Salute. The goddess is in the building. Hopefully, we are well. Let's see what we got here. Just checking my little stuff as usual. You already know what time it is. I got to make sure I'm in business. I'm looking good. Let me know if you guys could hear me okay, of course, before we start, so that I could know that all is audible and that I'm intelligible. Everybody could hear me okay. Let me check in with you guys, actually, see if we got some people in the building. Yes, we do. Oh my goodness. Damn, we got some family up in here, y'all. Salute. Salute to the good people. I see some of you guys making your way into the room. Put some nines in that chit at. Let me know if you guys could hear me well. Salute to everybody in the building. I got my beautiful sister, hold up, standing 10 toes as usual. The beautiful queen and my beautiful sister, Chiquila Fields, starting us off right with a wonderful, wonderful contribution to the channel. She says, peace and love to the warrior queen, SugarFreeMars, blessings to the royal family. Big love and infinite blessings to you, Queen Chiquila. Thank you so much, my beautiful sis, for starting us off right, the right way, with some wonderful energy, some wonderful love for the channel, and of course, spreading the love to all the brothers and sisters in the chat. Salute to you, Queen. Salute to my beautiful sister, Cameron Fields, in the building. She says, blessing to my beautiful sis. Thank you so much for joining me, beloved. Always good to see my beautiful sister, Cameron. I see the King Snoopy Mac in the building. Salute. No whole juice today, King Snoopy, okay? But unfortunately, we got to expose some people that have been sipping on a little bit of whole juice lately out in these streets. Salute to you, King Snoopy Mac. Salute to my twin, the lovely King Daryl, in the building, 10 toes as always. Lovely to see you, King Daryl. Thanks for joining. We got the great Mike in the building. We got the King PGH in the building. Yes, indeed, I'm happy to see some of my gunners stepping into the building. We got Angel Diaz also joining us. Thank you so much, Angel. Nice to see you. The King, Stephen X, is in the building. Yes, salute to you, King. He says, peace be unto you, Queen. Thank you so much, King. Nice to see you. Let me know if you guys could hear me okay. Hopefully everything's okay. I just got creeped out a little bit. I just saw something turn. I don't want to hit anything because I got to make sure that we are all good. But yes, salute to everybody in the building, anybody making their way in. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. I hope you guys had a lovely weekend, right? And that you got some time to yourselves, or you got some things checked off your list, or whatever it was that you had going on. I hope that you guys were well. Let's see what I wanted to touch upon today. There's a few things. I definitely didn't intend for this live to kind of, I guess, be too long-winded, because a lot of things are still unfolding. And I guess stemming from our conversation last week, with the smoke signals, it seems like I was right on target, because, we got a lot of smoke signals. The boxing world got put on absolute notice, okay, coming off of the live that we did last week. So Sugar Free was definitely right on time with my analysis of things and peeping the terrain and checking the temperature of things, because baby, we were all put on notice, this past week with the things that have, come to the surface. Some names have been dropped, hit lists being made publicly known, okay? And I was gonna do some commentary about it throughout the week, but I don't know, something about it wasn't hitting right. I felt like I had to sit down with you guys and talk about this to you guys, in real time, in order for me to kind of really, really engage with the reality of what was revealed throughout the week. So I definitely wanted to hold off on that. That's why I didn't really do any particular commentary about these subjects that I wanted to touch on today. I just felt like it would be much more authentic if we sat down together and spoke about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I guess the first thing before we get into the real heavy sauce, you know, I think I want to touch on first the fact that it's a very exciting week that we have ahead, you guys, right? We are officially in the fight week of Caleb Plant and Jamal Charlo. That fight card that they are, standing on together. They're not necessarily fighting each other on this card, but they are a part of the same card, right? So I think that's wonderful news. It's going to give us an opportunity to see in what standing and what condition these men are in. I think it's been, I don't think it's been a whole year since Caleb Plant fought last. I think he fought last September. So, he's getting back into the ring. And of course, it has been something, over a year for, Jamal Charlo since he had been in the ring. So it's definitely going to give us a nice gauge. It's definitely going to be, wonderful for Charlo to knock off any cobwebs that he's had since his last appearance in the ring and stuff like that. So I'm excited for what we are going to be seeing on the 31st, right? That's the date. It's taking place on Saturday the 31st. So interesting stuff ahead. It's nice to be in another fight week of a card that I'm interested in. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we get to see some spectacular showcases from both men, right? So Caleb Plant is fighting Armand Resendez, I believe that's how you say his name, Armando Resendez, and Charlo is going to be facing Thomas Lamana, right? And that's all taking place on Saturday. Very exciting stuff. Have you guys been keeping up with, their interviews and stuff like that? To be honest, I haven't really, I didn't really check into anything that they had after that initial Zoom call press conference that they did where Charlo went absolutely haywire. First he was on peace and then he was like, fuck that, I choose violence. And he started cursing that man out. It was so funny. Oh my goodness. So what is his name? Cornflake. So oh my goodness, what a wild fight, introductory presser, conference call that they had. Interesting stuff. I can't wait to see how that plays out because Cornflake, sure enough, is a little fiery little thing now, okay? The way he was talking it up, you know what I'm saying? He was cutting off Caleb Plant when it was time for Caleb's segment with Resendez. Cornflake just butted right into that whole, their whole Zoom call, and Caleb Plant had to say, excuse me, you done had your time. It's my turn. Sit the fuck down. Pipe down, right? So I can't wait to see the energy that's going to be exchanged between Cornflake and Maul, and of course Resendez and Caleb Plant. It's always a good thing to see Caleb Plant fight. I'm definitely a fan of Caleb Plant. I have been a supporter of his for quite some time. So I definitely anticipate that he will show up and show out. I'm not familiar, you guys, with either of their opponents. I'm not familiar with Resendez, and I'm not familiar with Cornflake. But hopefully it's a competitive fight, in the sense that, they get to showcase, Caleb and Jamal get to, showcase what it is that they have been working on, that the training camp is not in vain, but that we get to see some wonderful output from both men. But ultimately, I am expecting them, I mean, that goes without saying, for them to both come out victorious, because ultimately that will lead to a fight. I believe sometime in the fall it's projected for them to ultimately face each other, which is a huge deal, of course, needless to say, given the fact that they are coming off of a heated and highly tumultuous history over the past 2 years or so, since they had their infamous altercation, right, at that event, at a fight, and it was in the hallway of one of those arenas, and Caleb, as we know, slapped the goddamn holy bejesus out of damn Maul Charlo. And, everybody's been wondering ever since that time, well, is Maul going to get his get back? Is Caleb going to be able to slap him up again in real time in the ring? Everybody wants to know, and those questions can only be answered when those two men face each other. So I'm definitely interested in seeing what's up with that. Another interesting thing, speaking of the Charlos, now that we are on them, they had a birthday that just passed the other day, you guys. Charlo, if I'm not mistaken, their birthday was on, when is their birthday? Was it the 29th or something like that? I want to say. Not the, why did I say the 29th? The 19th? I think their birthday was on May 19th. So Yeah, wonderful thing for the Charlo twins, right? Celebrating their birthday. Hopefully, all is well. I'm not sure if you guys saw on their social media, you know, they posted a photo of them, I guess, celebrating their birthday together, which is very, very wonderful to see, given that they had, their own history of turbulence with each other over the years that the public has been very aware of, that they had like some quarreling over the years, and supposedly that's supposed to be something that is kind of like a recurrent theme with them off and on, that they go through little bouts. So it was wonderful to see them celebrating their birthdays last week with each other. Wonderful news. I'm wondering if that's a good sign as far as Maul is concerned, because we know that Maul, as we spoke about a couple of lives ago, um, he had been dealing with a lot of personal issues for the reason why he had been so inconsistent with having and scheduling fights. He had been out of the ring for a prolonged period of time because of his personal battles and personal, um, tumult that he had been dealing with his family life, as far as his wife and all of that stuff like that. I don't really get into that, so I can't really speak on it because it's not something that I dig up to find out. But through the grapevine, he's had some personal issues in the home, but also, he and Mel, were going through some issues. But it was wonderful to see them in a photo together, so, because that kind of insinuates that there is a level of healing that the brothers have been doing together. Ultimately, you guys, whatever is going to get the Charlo brothers, in a state of, um, clarity and kind of inner reflection, that's what I'm for. I always want to see the brothers, together. I never want to see them kind of split up and quarreling to the degree that, they sacrifice their quality of health, their quality of mental health. You know what I'm saying? I think that, whatever is going to lead them in the direction of their peace, of their balance mentally, that is what I'm rooting for ultimately. So I think that seeing the picture of them together kind of gave me a little bit of hope that we will see a Maul Charlo that can possibly be returning to the ring on Saturday in a better condition than we anticipate. Because you remember, you guys, during that presser, their kickoff Zoom call presser that they had, a lot of people were in speculation as to the, mental stability of Jamal Charlo because of how he was kind of languid in his speech, kind of lethargic a little bit. But then, on the next hand, he started flipping and cursing people out and, huffy puffy and kind of like super aggressive on the other hand. So a lot of people were in question as to, well, is he fit to fight and stuff like that. You guys remember that we had that whole dialogue some lives back. But I think that, you know, you know, the quality of his mental health is going to always be, um, dependent upon the quality of his personal life and his relationships. So I don't know how everything else is that he's managing on the personal front, but in seeing the little glimpse that they shared on social media, showing that they had been spending time together, they were shown in a picture hugging, celebrating their birthday. It's like, okay, well, that's good for the spirits. You know what I'm saying? To see them together. And I'm sure that that's giving, them a bit of clarity, and it should be allowing for Jamal to clear his mind, and to walk into this fight with a clear mind, not having the additional weight or baggage of being in conflict with his brother on his mind. So I'm definitely wishing him the best. I want to see him victorious. Charlo, both of the Charlos are among my favorite fighters. So I want to see the best for them. And Caleb Plant, I'm not really worried about him. He always takes care, of business. He's never like, he doesn't seem to ever be in any type of, drama, or where he would have his fans or, people watching in thinking that he is not mentally fit. Caleb Plant always shows up 10 toes. He's a very disciplined man. So I'm sure that he is coming ready for that fight on Saturday. And I can't wait to see them victorious. What you guys think about this fight? I know everybody in here is expecting Plant and Charlo to come out victorious, but what do you think about the time spent out of the ring for Maul? Do you think that's going to pose any concerns? Also, let's not forget as well that before Charlo entered the ring with Jose Benavidez, in his last fight, people were anticipating that he wouldn't have looked as sharp as he wound up looking against Jose. I know Jose was kind of, much older and stuff like that. And I guess, had his own setbacks. So people probably say, oh, well, that's the only reason why he looked good. But I'm talking about skill wise, like what he was doing, his work rate in that ring, he looked phenomenal. He was not gassed. His stamina was on point. He was exercising that beautiful jab. His boxing was beautiful in that fight against Jose Benavidez. He looked really sharp to me, despite having prior to that been also out of the ring for a prolonged period of time. So, I'm hoping that we'll get, of course, something equal to or greater than, when we see him step back into the ring on Saturday. What do you guys anticipate for that fight, you guys? Let me check in with my people. Oh, I see some more people came into the building. Salute, y'all. What's up, good people? Salute to anybody that just walked in that I may have missed. Let me run through here really quick while you guys are letting me know what you think. Salute to the richest one. The richest is in the building. Hey, Rich. Nice to see you, King. Thanks for joining. Salute. Jose Diaz in the building. Salute. He says, I just got thrown off your channel 3 times under my Angel Diaz account. This is my other one. Oh, that's crazy. How you get thrown out 3 times, King? Damn, they hating on the goddess today, huh? They don't want you joining the live today? Diabolical work, YouTube. We got the King D in the building. I see you, King. He says salute. Salute to you as well. Nice to see you. Can you guys hear me okay? Has anybody else been having issues? I hope not. I hope not. Let's see here. Yeah, things are looking okay on my end. I don't know what type of glitch that was. Remember last week we kind of had that same little run-in as well? Hopefully nobody else is having that issue. If you guys could still hear me, of course, put a 9 in the chat. Let me know that we're up and running. But so far on my end, I'm looking and the connection seems to be, just fine. Salute to the Iron Fist Black. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Salute to the Dub Ringside in the building. He says salute, Sugar Free in chat. Salute to you as well. Nice to see you guys. Yeah, what do you guys think about that that fight? My twin says Jamal been going through a lot of baby mama drama. I hope all of that is cleared up. Me too, twin. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be, very, very disappointing that, things on the personal side can't be fixed up in order that he can concentrate on, his other priorities. Yes, his family life and all of that is a priority, but, also the living that he makes for his family is a priority. So I would hope that whatever quarreling may have been going on, on the personal end with his lady, that those things are resolved. But I did come across an interview that where he posited that, things were much more better order than they were previously. He did mention that in an interview that I came across some time ago. I want to say maybe like a month or so ago, like right around the time of the initial presser. So I hope that that's true. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Charlo, both of those beautiful brothers are spectacular fighters, fantastic fighters. And I want to see them reclaim their spot because there was a particular time where those men were absolutely reigning in the boxing world, reigning. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was on the lookout for the Charlos. They was on smoke time. You couldn't turn left, you couldn't turn right without seeing those kings, dominating at what they did. I want to see them reclaim that territory because they certainly and most definitely can. Beautiful brothers, beautiful brothers. And I think that they deserve the spotlight. They certainly do. So it'll be wonderful to see. I wonder when Mel is coming back into the ring. You know what I'm saying? It's wonderful that we see Maul coming back on Saturday. And I am wondering about Mel and what his intentions are in the future. Is it something of a possibility that we may see him return to the ring before the year is over? That would be wonderful. Imagine that. Imagine we see Mel Charlo come back sometime in the fall. You know what I'm saying? How wonderful would that be? Or to end the year, with seeing him come back to 54 and reclaim his goddamn turf, okay? Because 154 is his house, all right? 154 is his house, and quiet as it's goddamn kept, Terrence Crawford hauled his motherfucking ass out of 54 to go to 68. And I would posit that I don't know if he was, you know what I'm saying? I get the legacy stuff, and I don't know if this is Bud Crawford's, maybe last hurrah of him saying, listen, I'm going to go for the gusto before I retire. I don't know. I have not heard Bud mention anything about retiring, but I do know that he fought one fight at 54 and ducked every ounce of smoke that was at 54. He came to 54 and didn't even fight the demons at 54. He came and fought the nobody that had 11 fights, 11 professional fights. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he didn't go to 54 and fight the gunners, the killers. He did not do that. He took an easy strap and hauled his ass off into Canelo's backyard. So, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Mel, 154 is his territory. It would have been wonderful to have seen, a clash of those Titans, Bud Crawford and Charlo at 54. But I don't know what direction Bud is taking. Like I said, the only thing that I could surmise is that this may possibly be hinging upon a possible, last call retirement fight. Let's get the bag. Let's go for legacy. Let's try to become the, three-time, undisputed or something like that, which I get, and I'm rocking with him. I hope that he does beat Canelo. But, that didn't grab my fancy as much as seeing a fight with Mel Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Or all the other killers at 54. That division is so stacked. It would have been wonderful to see Bud mix it in with them, but it is what it is. Either way, I do look forward to a return from Mel at some point. It'll be wonderful to see that before the year is up. You know what I mean? But anyway, as far as Maul is concerned, the get back with Caleb plan is absolutely necessary, you guys. Like, there is just no bypassing that. You don't get slapped upside the head. You don't get slapped so hard that for 5 damn seconds, for longer than 5 seconds, like damn 15, 10 seconds, you stand there staring into the blank space. You got slapped so hard, he stood there looking into the abyss. That motherfucker was slapped into the Twilight Zone. You feel me? He got to get back against Plant. It just has to happen. That fight has to happen. So I'm hoping that they are both victorious, because, the success of these fights on Saturday, determines that we will get that particular fight at some point in the fall. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Definitely looking forward to that. Okay, Jose, he says, I hear you perfect. I'm glad. Hopefully they don't try to kick you out again, King. Salute to the King, Adrian Cook. He said, what's good, Mars? Salute to you. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, y'all. My twin says, yes, I want to see Jamel take over 54 again. Yeah, that's right, because nobody took him off his spot at 54. He left willingly. He said, hold my belts. Yeah, you can hold these, down real quick. I'm going to go over here and venture into new territory, and I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys have been touching base with his social media over the past couple of months, you saw Mel Charlo hinting at a return to reclaim his turf at 54. So I can't wait to see what's in store. I for sure. Yeah, so that's I definitely wanted to touch on that, because I haven't really heard anybody talking about this particular fight card. You know what I'm saying? In a little while. It has been some weeks, and we haven't really touched on it. But now that it's fight week, hopefully we get more and more dialogue surrounding this card, because the more we get behind it, the more pressure it is, within the fans and within the boxing world to see that fight materialize in September. And hopefully it puts some good needed pressure on Caleb and Maul's back, so that they could know to have some vehemence, so that they can grab their victories, so that we can ultimately get the fight between them. You know what I mean? But yes, let's get into something else, you guys, really quickly, that I would be absolutely remiss to not discuss with you guys. Let me take a sip of my stuff. Hold on. Okay. Now, as if the sassy tag team duo could not have been more revolting, or as if it could not have gotten more revolting than it already was. Here the hell we go again, y'all. Here comes another level of vile, disgraceful, ignominious behavior. Once again, y'all, from damn Oscar de la Red Bottom and Racist Riri. What is going on with this sassy ass duo, y'all? They really just, they just get worse and worse by the day. The level of cowardice just is like, all surmounting, all encompassing level of puss. Like, it's just non-stop with these two. These damn cowards have absolutely and unabashedly ducked, y'all, absolutely ducked the rematch with Devin. That was agreed upon and understood to be in line to take place later this coming October. Straight up and down ducked it, y'all, and nobody's fucking talking about it. Am I the only one out here that's realizing this? I know I'm not. Why is nobody talking about this outright duckery from Oscar de la Red Bottom and Racist Riri? What is going on here? Why is it so damn quiet? I mean, for a boxing, general public that likes to talk so much shit about who's ducking and who's this and who's that, it sure is fucking quiet out here in these streets when it comes to Ryan ducking Devin. Am I lying or not? Where's all the goddamn chatter? Where's the rah-rah at? These motherfuckers straight up and down ducked the rematch with Devin. And the damn boxing world is silent about it. Nobody's goddamn talking about it. No panties in a bunch whatsoever. No panties in a bunch. Excuse me? The entire purpose of this past Ring Magazine card that took place on May 2nd, of course, that featured Riri as the main event and Devin, on that card with the T.O. and everybody else that, you know what I'm saying? The whole point of this card, that featured Dev and Riri was to act, upon the request of Riri. It was supposed to act as a catalyst, to set up the rematch with him and the young king Devin. He wanted it to act as a tune-up platform. You know what I'm saying? For him to test out how the fuck he's going to actually fight when he's off the juice. He wanted the goddamn tune-up. He didn't want to fight Devin Haney straight away. Okay? He didn't want to do that. That's the reality. Him and his fishnet god, Oscar de la Red Bottom, were too pussy to face Devin Haney right away. Because they could have faced Devin Haney on May 2nd instead of him facing Rolly Romero and instead of Devin facing Ramirez. They could have faced each other, but they were too puss to do that. They wanted to use this card as a catalyst for him, or as a platform to see how he's going to perform without being on the goddamn drugs. All right? So Turkey ultimately gave Riri his wish. Okay, he gave him the in-between fight and said, okay, we'll have this card so long as Devin is on this particular card, and that's going to be the catalyst that's going to propel interest in the rematch that we intend to set up in October. Right? Turkey fulfilled that, request, I guess, from Golden Boy and Riri, right? So this fight ultimately left Ryan literally flat on his ass. He got put on his ass by Rolly Romero and lost. And now, all of a sudden, Riri is out here running for his life, y'all. He is running for his damn life, doing everything to stay away from view, stay away from camera, stay away from questions. He don't want to be seen. He done disappeared, y'all. All of this so that he will not have to explicate why he is avoiding the rematch with Devin Haney. Nowhere to be found ever since that fight. We saw that motherfucker crying in the car. They drove his ass home. He went and cried under his bed, y'all. And ain't been seen since to this day. Ducking, running, scared of Devin Haney and that rematch. Do you hear this? This shit is despicable. Oscar de la Red Bottom is out here talking all types of crazy shit. Did you guys see that interview that he, did briefly? I believe that was Fight Hype, right? Where he said he is no longer interested in the direction of a rematch. Did you guys come across that bullshit? I was absolutely appalled, revolted by what I saw in that clip. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that he is no longer interested. Listen to the choice of words as well. Oh, we are moving on. We are no longer, looking in the direction of that. But instead of this motherfucker keeping it real as to why, and as to the fact that, they are afraid of actually fighting Devin Haney clean because they're a bunch of pussies and cowards that will never admit to that. Instead of keeping it real, the fishnet god De La Hoya filibusters, and he blames his reasoning for backing out on the Devin rematch. He blames that on, get this, you guys, Devin Haney's performance against Ramirez. This is the reason why he is saying, oh, we are not interested in a rematch with Devin Haney. Because of Devin Haney's performance against Ramirez, y'all. You just got to be kidding me. How the fuck don't you want to fight Ryan because of a performance that Devin Haney won on May 2nd? You just can't make this shit up, y'all. A performance that not only Devin won, but that he completely outclassed Ramirez in, as we all know. But somehow, because Devin was virtually unscathed by Ramirez in that fight, and because Ramirez was simply unskilled, ill-equipped to overcome Devin in that ring over a course of 12 rounds, this is somehow now the reason why De La Redbottom is saying, oh, we lost interest. Somebody get this man the fuck out of here, please. It's just disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Ryan fucking lost to Rolly Romero, okay? He got put on his ass. He made that man kiss the canvas. Now this man is talking about Devin's victory. His victory not being deserving of the rematch. How the fuck does a victory not warrant you a fight? I mean, the boxing world is really being turned upside down, you guys. It's really being turned upside. The loser, the person who fucking lost on the fight card, is telling the winner, the victor, that he is assed out, that he is shit out of luck. The winner is shit out of luck, not the fucking person that got put on his ass. It's crazy out here, you guys. I was revolted looking at all of the charades being said and pulled in that interview. And this man just smiling, with that fucking mannequin ass motherfucker he got next to him that I think is supposed to be a wife, but it looked like somebody's motherfucking nigger sister. I don't know what the fuck that was next to him. But he's parading around in public with his motherfucking uncle that got the damn dress on from Forever 21. His fucking uncle balled my motherfucking lip gloss. I'm like, bitch, did you ask for that shit? God damn, who the fuck was that on Oscar De La Hoya's arm? The shit is crazy. But he out here talking about, oh, Devin Haney doesn't deserve, to fight Ryan because, oh, guess what? Devin Haney actually won in that fight. And the sickening thing as well is that these reporters that were standing there allowing that nonsense to be said had no backlash. They had no counter questioning for him. Nothing. It was just like, oh, okay, that's what he said. Okay, well, we're not going to ask any questions. We're not going to say, excuse me, well, Devin actually won that fight. Why wouldn't he be able to get a rematch? Nothing. It's just like they let that man sort of, and Oscar De La Hoya is talking about, oh, Devin Haney, after he's making all the excuses, yes, Devin Haney is, not deserving of the rematch. And plus, who would want to see that rematch anyway? All he's going to do is run. Do you hear this, you guys? All Devin Haney is going to do is run, is what this man is saying. Oh, he's a runner. All he's going to do is run. He's not going to let Ryan, basically get his shot off on him. Do you hear the level of cowardice in this motherfucking man's talking? Devin's going to run. I wonder, you guys tell me what you'd rather. Would you see a motherfucker boxing his ass off with excellent footwork? Or would you see the motherfucker getting put on a canvas? How dare you talk about Devin's boxing skills that ultimately brought him to a victory in that fight over what your fucking fighter could not do, which was stay off the fucking canvas. Diabolical work, you guys. And it's like we living in the Twilight Zone out here. A lot of aspects of the boxing world is, it just goes completely unfettered, completely unchecked. And these people just let these people say all types of diabolical shit left and right. So you can get more puss than what that man said. Oh, we're not going to fight him anymore. Oh, yeah, by the way, he's also a runner. Who wants to see that? Who the fuck wants to see your fighter lose? You should be asking that question. It's just disgusting how the general boxing world is allowing this parlance to go unfettered. It's sick. Where is the legion of the sassy crusaders who for the past year have been insisting, you guys, oh, Devin Haney better get it back in blood. Y'all remember for the whole past year, oh, Devin Haney got put on his ass. He better get it back in blood. Why is Devin Haney out here ducking Ryan? He don't want the smoke. He's the one that's ducking. It's Devin the one that's been ducking, right? And now here's a blatant, unabashed backing out. And he's telling you that he is backing out of the fight. And nobody got no fucking smoke for De La Hoya and Ryan, even though they're telling you that they're pussing out. Nobody got shit to say about that. Where are all these fucking sassy crusaders at, you guys? The ones that we couldn't get the fuck rid of. Now everybody goddamn going quiet. Now that everything's exposed. The person that they've been glazing for this whole goddamn time is straight up and down every bit of the coward that we've been calling him this entire time. And these people out here not being able to handle the reality of it. So what do? They go goddamn ghosts. They click their heels 3 goddamn times and disappear into the night. Shit is wild. Where the fuck these people at, you guys? Y'all don't got the same heat, for Riri now that he's unabashedly running for cover? Oh, how goddamn convenient. How convenient. And, I'm not sure if you guys, recall, but it was reported that racist Riri had been allotted something like a period of 2 weeks, to confirm if he will be taking that fight, and setting in stone the projected rematch for October. He was given a period of 2 weeks to confirm that. And he just didn't. He just let the shit, go under the rug. He did not want the rematch. He literally fully and completely backed out of the rematch. It's crazy to me. This dude's whole skirt has been pulled down. The entire skirt has been pulled down. And too many of these boxing outlets are trying to act as if this shit isn't happening. Mind you guys, let's not forget, these are the same people who can't wait to call anything moving a duck. Okay? Whether there's evidence and proof of it or not, this is the same boxing streets. That if you say, Thursday instead of Tuesday, oh, you ducking. If you blink your eyes too many times, oh, you looking like you ducking. But here goes a fucking exemplary, output. Here's a real time duckery in action. You can't get more duckery than this shit right here. And nobody's the fuck calling it for what it is. Nobody's calling it for what it is. As far as the general landscape, not, of course that's excluding the real ones out here who know what time it is and stand on business all the time, 10 toes. We already know who our people are. But as far as the masses, the same ones that flood our comment sections, the same ones spewing and posting disgusting things across social media at the drop of a dime, can't wait to spread gossip, none of those bitches are saying shit about Ryan ducking, about Ryan being too pussy to rematch Devin. Nobody's saying shit about that. They let this chump run and go crying in that car and let him off the fucking hook. This shit is diabolical to me. Out of sight and out of mind. That's how these hoes are taking it. Well, I'm not saying nothing if you don't. Or even if you do, shit, count me out. I'm turning the corner as quick as I can. I'm dodging that fucking bullet. I'm out of town. I'm out. You ain't gonna find me in these parts of town. What the fuck is going on? Same people that got all that shit to say when it comes to Devin cannot be found when the cowardice is on full display with Ryan Garcia. Crazy work. Della Redbottom and Riri are tucking tails out here, wholesale, and hauling ass as fast as they can away from facing Devin because they know what the fuck will happen when that drug cheat gets into the ring with Dev. They know exactly what would happen or what would have happened. Because they know that they would be unable to rely on that juice that Riri loves so much in facing Devin Haney in a rematch. There was not going to be a part 2 of that cheating shit, and they know that. So they trying to get out scot-free while they can. That was their opportunity to duck and dodge, and they took the first train smoking out of town as fast as they goddamn could. Like some pussies. Heartless, cowardless simps. He knows that without the juice, he's nothing but a flimsy, frail nobody. And that was absolutely exposed in events during his fight with Rolly Romero. And of course, also with Tank Davis, where he also wasn't on that shit. Right? Because the entire time, this coward has been hiding behind the juice and hiding behind a hype train that was created around him and deeming that he was going to somehow be the new De La Hoya of this era. Oscar De La Redbottom wanted a clone of himself. He wanted a new golden boy of this era. But Riri is nothing like that. He ain't about that. Oscar De La Redbottom is a freaky ass nigga, okay? But he could fight his fucking ass off in his time, in his prime. He was something serious back in his time. Riri was never going to be able to replicate that. Because he's nothing but a chump. He's just a chump with some TikTok followers. That's all that motherfucker is. And it's been proven. And sadly for him, he was exposed by somebody the likes of goddamn Rolly Romero. Put on a canvas by that motherfucker. By a left hook at that. Crazy work. Crazy work. I was so disgusted by that. I'm like, what? And I just knew that he was going to back out of the rematch. You know what I'm saying? Because remember all of the pressure, and I think that that's why the whole media pressure surrounding Devin Haney and the lawsuit, a lot of people were intentionally misconstruing and conflating what the real issues were at hand. They were trying to bypass the reality of the purpose of Devin Haney's lawsuit, which was to, at the core of it, to ensure that he gets his rematch with Riri. That was the whole point of it. He's saying, listen, you ain't gonna cheat me and do all this motherfucking filthy ass, cheating ass, scumbag ass shit and not fight me. So his intention was to put pressure on Riri to say, yes, you will be penalized for what you have done, and you will see to it that you will fight me in a rematch, because that's what's owed to me after you fucking cheated. So he pushed for that lawsuit. Everybody's talking about like the lawsuit was some pushy shit. That was actually some fucking gangster shit to make sure that this nigga fucking face him, so that he wouldn't go running and hiding in a fucking corner like the rat that he is. So when they had an agreement that Ryan would give him the rematch, he said, okay, if I give you the rematch, are you going to drop the lawsuit? Devin says, yes. You know what I'm saying? I'll drop it as long as you give me my rematch, though. All right, I'll give you the rematch. Here we go. Devin drops the lawsuit, and what the fuck does this bitch do? What does this coward do? Devin dropped the lawsuit. Now this nigga fucking running and taking cover from the goddamn rematch. This shit is wild. Absolutely wild. And Devin Haney is not going to open another goddamn lawsuit. He could reopen that particular case. Once you close the lawsuit down, that shit is it. You're going to have to reapply and redo all those things and repay however much money was on the line to pay lawyers and fees and all of that stuff. Devin Haney ain't doing that shit. So he's sucking his way out. He's a conniving piece of shit. He knew exactly what he was doing from the beginning. He's fake, pumped fake and said, oh yeah, I'll fight you in the rematch just so Devin could drop the lawsuit. Devin drops it, and here the fuck we are today. This motherfucking taking cover. Coward. Coward from top to bottom. And these people acting like they don't see this shit happening in real goddamn time. It's disgusting to me. Everybody is acting like they want to, they just don't want to be reminded That not only did Ryan fucking get demolished by Rolly Romero and put on his ass ASAP by Rolly Romero, they're acting like this man isn't ducking. They're trying to ignore the drastic measures that this man has taken to duck Devin. Because that rematch was going to happen regardless of who won or lost. So if they both won or whatever the case was, the rematch was set. Devin was with it. He wanted it regardless. He don't give a fuck about Ramirez. He just took that shit because it's like, okay, this is the deal. This is what's in place. This is the agreement that we set up to ensure October. His eyes have been on October, which was the time that rematch was, projected to take place. It's some bullshit, y'all. Crazy, crazy, crazy heartless work. He's a disgusting person. He shouldn't even be called a fighter. He's a fucking coward. Coward. Bury his ass somewhere because he's fucking stinking up the sport. That's exactly how I feel about that chump. I'm disgusted. What did y'all think about that whole situation with the whole fishnet god and his disciple Riri Garcia? What did y'all think about that? Let me check in with my peeps to see if anybody came in. So anyone who came in the building that I haven't seen. Let me see. What do we have here? Who is this in the building? Peopleizations. Oh, okay. That was a fake ass account. Yeah, y'all got their asses out of there, I see. Salute to the King Heru in the build, and peace and blessings to you as well. Nice to see you. The King Uncommon is in the building. Salute, King. Nice to see you. He says, that's exactly why I don't watch De La Hoya interviews. Life is too short to listen to him cap and gaslight. You ain't never lie, King Uncommon. It's just filthy, disgusting work. Listening to that man sit up there and lie through his fucking chickmunk ass teeth. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's no Purnell. Did you hear that part? All he's gonna do is run. There's some great boxers. You had Purnell, we had the gall to mention Purnell and all these other people. Yeah, he's no Purnell Whitaker. He's a runner. Oh my God. Oh my God. And the double meaning and symbolism behind that is absolutely diabolical as well, because of course they called Purnell Whitaker the same thing in his time. They didn't fuck with no goddamn Purnell Whitaker. If you think that you think these people hate Devin Haney now, imagine how the fuck they was talking about Purnell, the master of defense. What? The master of footwork. Are you kidding me? The master of bobbing and weaving and getting low to the goddamn floor. That man looked like he was doing the motherfucking, what's that thing that you go under? You go under the broom and you get as low as you can under that shit. That was fucking Purnell Whitaker. By any means necessary, he's gonna dodge your motherfucking punches, baby. You can't touch him. He's right in front of you and you can't touch him. If they hate Devin, you already know what time it was for the King Purnell. Sit up here and mention that damn man's name. Oh, there's some great boxers, but Devin is just a runner. I don't like that shit. Soon as they see a black man exhibiting wonderful and excellent mastery of his footwork, he's a runner. Did they say that shit about Rayo when he was fighting Pitbull Cruz? Because all Rayo did was box and use some fucking footwork. Did anybody call him a fucking runner? Or did they salute and congratulate his performance against Pitbull? Fuck out of here. They only use that shit when it comes to elite black males and the exemplification of black excellence and black athleticism in the ring that they cannot supersede. That's when they use that term. Cowards. Salute to the King Nata in the building. He says, salute SugarFreeMars. You can't expect a coward to actually man up and face off against Devin. Salute to the mighty LDBC. As always, much love to you and everyone in the chat. Keep up the good work, love. Thank you so much, Nata. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really appreciate you, and thanks for joining, as always. Salute. We got Pookie Bear in the building. Salutes. She says, they played Dev. It was planned from the beginning. Wasn't it? Wasn't it? It was just some type of trickery shit. I wish he put it in writing. He should have had something else in writing that says, okay, if you want me to drop this lawsuit, you better put it in writing that is still legally binding. You know what I mean? that if you back out of this fucking rematch, I'm taking you to, that shit is going to be legally binding and you'll be liable to be taken to court again. I wouldn't have took his word for shit. For shit. Nothing about that man says that he is a man of his word. He already exemplified that last April. The King Jose says, I'll tell you one thing. Didn't Devin do something to that guy's last ribs? Very well done. Which guy are you talking about? Whose ribs? You mean Jose? Jose Ramirez? The great Mike says, sad thing is Ryan is ducking Devin, but he can't beat the other fighters either. Thank you. So where will he go? Clown behavior. Exactly. Because it's being alleged now that, instead of the Devin, rematch, they're trying to save face by saying, oh, well, we're going to take the Rolly rematch instead. We're going to take the Rolly rematch instead. What? You ain't got nothing to prove with no fucking Rolly. Who the fuck want to see a goddamn rematch between Riri and Rolly after he got put on his ass? I didn't give a fuck about it this time. Real talk. The first fight that just happened was not a fight that anybody gave a damn about. No goddamn Rolly Ramirez and Ryan Garcia. So who the hell's going to be interested, in a fight card? And where the hell is that shit going to sell at? That shit ain't going to have the gate at all because ain't nobody fucking purchasing that on no goddamn pay-per-view. Who the hell wants to see that? Absolutely insane. Facts, my beautiful sis Cameron. Quiet as all hell. Word. Yes, Jose. His actions show you exactly the person he is. A scumbag. An absolute scumbag. 1000%, y'all. I was scrolling up. That's why I wanted to see what you guys were saying up top. But yeah, it was diabolical work. Here for Boxing is in the building. Salute to you, King. Nice to see you. Oh, we got the mind of Mensa Musa, the king, in the building. Salute, King Musa. Nice to see you. Muharib is also in the building. I didn't see you, I don't think, a little bit earlier. Salute to you, King Muharib. Nice to see you. My twin says Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Part 2 is going to be on Cartoon Network. I'm dead. I am dead. Daryl always clowning people like nobody else can. I'm telling you, you stay having me cracking up. Not goddamn Cartoon Network. Is it coming on? Is their fight coming on after Powerpuff Girls? Okay. Maybe it's coming on after goddamn Samurai Jack or something like that. Who the hell knows? But damn Cartoon Network is surely the only place that'll probably be interested in hosting that damn mockery of a fight. Facts, Daryl. That shit is all facts. He said Cartoon Network. Damn. Diabolical work. I could not agree more, twin. But yeah, let's me touch on something else. Let's touch on something else. Hold on one sec. Oh my God, that was too funny. Anyway, let's talk about the smoke. Let's talk about some real smoke. Okay, not the smoke that Riri and the Fishnet God is trying to blow up their fanboys' asses by saving face and saying that they're ducking Devin for the Ryan rematch. Fake motherfucking smoke. They don't want no smoke with Rolly, and they don't want no smoke with no goddamn body. Okay, but who does want is damn Devin Haney, DHP, as always, standing 10 toes, as per goddamn usual. That's who wants the smoke. Okay? And you know what, y'all? People seem to think that we are bluffing. Okay? Us true DHP supporters. People think that we be playing or, we just be talking to talk. No, that's not how we rock on this side. You know what I'm saying? The real ones don't rock like that. For some reason, people think that we are, I don't know, hoodwinking or perhaps, shamming for some reason. When we begin to tell people that the young king, Black Jesus, Devin Haney, okay, yes, I have to say that every time because you bitches get so upset when I say that, and I'll say it again. The young king, Black Jesus, Devin Haney is all about the smoke. He's all about the smoke. And y'all are so mad because he's on business time all the time. And none of y'all motherfucking favorites can hold a goddamn candle, and they continuously prove that. They continuously prove that they can't hold a candle. So y'all mad at all the business time Devin is standing on. Okay? You know what? I really am unable to perceive why it is that time and time again, no matter how clearly we exclaim to the boxing world what type of time DHP is on, the boxing world, for some reason, you guys, acts as if, it has a failure to compute, or, is unable to comprehend what we are positing when we say that. Do they think this shit is a game? Where I'm telling you that the motherfuckers on Demon Time, look for yourself. The youngest undisputed champ in the 4-belt era. What the fuck more proof do you goddamn need? The man is on business time, and he's only goddamn 26 years living on this planet. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Tank Davis ain't even unify a belt in his career. You know what I'm saying? No shade, but it's shade. Take it how the fuck you want it, but we gotta call a spade a spade. And Tank has long been, up until recently, one of my gunners. Motherfuckers out here ain't even unifying belts. Devin Haney's the youngest undisputed champ. Miss me with the bullshit, y'all. There's fucking levels to this shit. Keep the fuck up. Or perhaps because you can't, that's why you bitches are so mad out here. He's on goddamn Demon Time. It is what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? They think we out here just playing. The proof is in the goddamn pudding. It must be that they think we're playing. They think that, it's a game somehow. When we talk about all of the relevant things of Devin Haney's career up until this particular point. But there are no games that we are playing when we talk about this. No parts of what we are saying, is to be doubted. It speaks for itself. What we are avouching speaks for itself, because he puts the work in to back up and show up what type of time he's on. The young king is on Demon Time, legacy time, period. Black warriorship time, period. It is what it is. I know that, hearing these types of things must be, quite a mental impasse for some people listening in right now, or for people who have come across other pages who proclaim the same things that I do. It must cause, some type of psychosis for some people hearing things like this. It's too much for them to take. It's too big of a pill for these haters to swallow and get beyond. But you just can't bypass reality. You can't bypass that. I don't give a fuck how much you don't like to hear it. Reality is reality, okay? You're going to have to swallow that motherfucking pill, because it's the truth. Devin and Bill absolutely and resoundingly put the boxing streets on full blast, on full notice earlier this past week, when they dropped the most gangster hit list of this era of boxing. They dropped that shit like a fucking mixtape and said, let that bitch breathe. On some whole shit. Like, what? What? They said, let that bitch breathe. Read the list over. Call me when you're ready to fucking talk. What? Devin unabashedly called out, you guys, 3 divisions worth of top competition. 3 divisions worth of smoke. You tell me who the hell else is doing that among these young kids now. He named the goddamn names, and he said, I want their heads on a plate and brought to me ASAP. That's what he said in dropping this list. That is what he is exclaiming in dropping this list. Bring them to me, or I'm coming for them. Either way, they're going to be got. Don't talk to me about the who's who. I don't want to fucking hear it. After seeing that list, after seeing that type of business time, don't talk to me about the favorites that you like, all the people you like to glaze and ride, all the people you like to cheerlead for and bust it open for. All of them are suckers. All of them are suckers. None of them are moving like this. Devin put all of you pussies in boxing to shame, to absolute goddamn shame. Every last one of you bitches. Yes, every last one of you bitches. Okay? Because while you guys got fighters out here more concerned about holding hands in the park with their homie, or getting their hair in a silk motherfucking press, or hiding in the shadows, shaking in their boots, talking about, I'm retiring. What he do to fight me? He ain't ever done nothing to fight me. Or, he got to show and prove his love for me to get in a ring with him. What you gonna do for me if you want me to get in a ring with you? That's what these fucking fighters out here are saying. And Devin is saying, where's the fucking smoke? Because if there is none, I'm fucking starting my own goddamn fire. That's what I call unmitigated business time. The fuck? Get out my face. Now, for anybody who perhaps did not come across that hit list, I will read it off for you. Okay? This is who is among the hit list. Teofimo Lopez. Number 1. Shakur Stevenson. Number 2. Javante Red Light Special Davis. Number 3. Jerron Boots Ennis. Number 4. Brian B. Norman. Number 5. Mario Barrios. Number 6. Keyshawn Davis. Number 7. Rolly Romero. 8. Connor Ben. 9. Racist Riri is last. Of course, because he's aware, obviously, that he's ducking the rematch, but he is still putting Riri on notice and saying, I'm gonna fucking get you one of these goddamn days. You may duck me now, son, but you can't duck me forever on some fucking Keith Thurman shit. You feel me? So he still got Riri on the list, but he put him last, right? Gangsta ass goddamn hit list. I don't know about you guys, but none of the notable fighters that we deem, to be among the elite are stepping like this. None of the young ones. They're not doing it. Tank is not doing it. Shakur's not doing it. It's not happening. Not to this degree. Okay? And this is what Devin does, right? He is constantly showing these young men up. Constantly. It's just something that happens, and it's a part of the whirlwind of hate that he receives, because he always shows up on this type of time, and he tends to show these young men that they should be taking notes instead of sitting down whispering and passing love notes to each other, saying that we're best friends. That's why we can't fucking fight, on some sassy shit. Okay? He's always displaying the degrees and levels between his stature and goals and mindset as compared to that of his contemporaries. They can't hold a candle to the young King Devin. Okay? I've divulged with you guys, with my beautiful people, numerous times about what my qualifications are as a fight fan. The qualifications that I have in order for you to gain my support, in order for me to impart my support on my fighters, my gunners. We've spoken about what those types of things are for me to make you qualified to get my support. One of them is that you must speak with clarity to me about your goals and your aims. That is a qualification of mine. Devin Haney does not leave me in the dark. How many times have I said that, you guys? How many times have I said that my fighters don't have me out here looking crazy in the streets? I don't have to ask questions because they tell me what time it is. I'm always in the know, to one degree or the next, about what their plans are, so that my support is never up in the air. It's never made to be in a wayward position. Okay? I need to see your heat. I need to see your colors as a fight fan. That's the type of supporter that I am. I want to know. Okay? I want to know that you want to go out there and take it. That's what I like to know as a fight supporter. I like to see you go out there and take it. I like to see you claim your spot and position, in other words. When I know how you're stepping, I can add gasoline to ignite this whole fucking shit up. That's the type of person that I am. Yes. Yes. If I see you stepping with heat, motherfucker, I'm an inferno out this bitch. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I play. Okay? I add fire to fire. I don't like nothing cold. I don't like nothing meek. I don't do lukewarm. I don't do it. And there is too much that has been happening, as we know, beautiful people, in this current boxing landscape and climate that has been encompassing a mindset of docility, fragility, acquiescence, and submission. I don't like that shit. Doesn't belong in boxing. I'm not about that. My men, my women, they got to claim their spot and they have to resolve to meet their supremacy. That's what I respect. Devin Haney is doing that. Devin Haney is taking steps towards that. He has my 1,000% support because he is showing me who he is. And he is aiming to explicate that in the best way possible, to exemplify that in the best way possible when it comes to that ring. That's what I support. That is what I respect. You cannot be timid about making yourself, because I'm in a world where I'm making myself in my day-to-day life, right? So I support people who are doing that on their path, no matter what it is that they are doing and setting out to claim for themselves warrior heart. I don't give a fuck if you're a teacher, if you're a poet, if you're a painter or composer or a writer or a lover or a father. If you got that heart, that's what I'm talking about. Okay? And I most certainly expect to see that exemplified in my warriors. Devin Haney has said on too many occasions, you guys, that he wants not only to make the big money fights, quote unquote, but that moreover, he wants the best fights that can be made. He is not stuck on the bag, quote unquote. It is not merely about that. Does he want his bag? Absolutely. Does he deserve it? Yes. Do these beautiful brothers deserve it? All of them deserve it. I want them to get their bag. Go ahead and feed your family and begin to, build some generational wealth for you and your babies and your loved ones and your wives and your aunties and your grandmas. I love to see our brothers doing that and our sisters doing that in the sport. Go ahead and get your bag. I'm never against the bag, okay? But that is not all. He is not obsessively talking about the bag and bypassing the motherfucking legacy, which is what is being confused these days. I don't give a damn about your bag. That's for your grandmama and them. That's for your daddy and them, your sisters and them, your babies and them. Y'all enjoy the bag. But you give me memory. You give me history. As a fight fan, that's my bag. Is to witness greatness in the sport, in real time, in the ring. Okay? I don't talk about what Ali spent his money on. What Holyfield spent his money on with Lennox Lewis and Hagler and the beautiful, whoever we can go down the list on, spent their money on. I don't give a fuck about that. That's not what I talk about when I think about the legacy of these beautiful giants. When I reminisce about these great fighters and think about how much I love the sport, I think about the fact that they bled. What they sacrificed, what they gave, what they fought for in real time. The passion that they exemplified in the ring. What they had to overcome to be the best that night. If they had an injury, but wound up having the best fight that we could account for. Or all the things that were turned up against them societally at the time, when we think about the great Muhammad Ali and all of the things that our people were dealing with blatantly and at that time from all corners and in all forms. He was also carrying that into the ring with him. And he still dared to be great despite it all. That is what I remember. Not his motherfucking purse. His new shoes or the fur fucking coat. he is wearing tonight. These sassy bitches are thinking about the wrong goddamn things these days. That's another reason why I rock 10 toes with Devin Haney, because he can show you some drip that he brought. He can put diamonds on his teeth. But he's going to have a hell of a fucking resume to go and add to that. You feel me? That's what I like. He wants to also make the best fights that can be made. In addition to, of course, grabbing his bag. He is here to compete among the best around him. Somehow, like I said, this mindset has gone asunder in boxing, or it is quickly becoming, to a point where it's going asunder. I don't like that. That's why I put full force behind Devin Haney, because he is not toting around that banner of diva delusionism. You know what I'm saying? Delusional, mindset about, this being a fucking fashion runway instead of a boxing match. There seems to be an increasingly limited supply of men who are walking around with this type of heart. That's why when I see it, I fully back it and I encourage it. When I see it, the right type of warrior heart and warriorship being displayed. Motherfucker really ought to be taking notes out here, these people. People really ought to be taking notes. But the problem is that some fighters are on the diva trip, right? Social media runway, which we'll get into in a little bit, right? Where they want to strut their stuff, take some selfies, get some attention and popularity, and assume that somehow this is the way to deem yourself a king in the sport because today you put out a goddamn cute selfie of yourself. It's fucking disgusting. They don't want to hunt to earn their goddamn keep. Ain't that some shit? Now, of course, with the release of this list from Devin Haney, the young king, Black Jesus, of course, with the release of the list, there has, of course, been all types of, crying and lamenting and fear all across social media and these boxing streets, right? People lamenting and crying all over the place. Y'all, I've heard the craziest, most wildly amiable and docile reactions that one could ever hear from people who call themselves boxing fans, you guys. I mean, the most frail, dainty ass responses to a hit list that I have ever seen in my boxing life. Who the fuck are these people, you guys? Who are these people? These people out here saying, Devin, he should stay away from that list. Girl, he don't want no problem with that list. He better stay away from Boots. He better stay away from Shakur Stevenson. Just saying everybody that he ought to stay away from. What? What? Are these people kidding me, you guys? Who the hell are these people? What the hell are they talking about? Stay away. Why would you stay away from what you hunt, from your prey? What the fuck hunter stays away from the prey? Please tell me, somebody, because I don't get it. Am I missing something? What hunter, you gonna look at me, a lioness, a whole lioness. You gonna look at me and say, Sugar Free, you a lioness now. Don't you go hunting that goddamn, gazelle. Don't you go hunting that gazelle. What? This is what the fuck I do. How the fuck you telling a lion not to go for its kill? These people are crazy out here. You go hunting to avoid the prey? Is that the purpose? Or is it to catch them? Am I missing something? The shit is wild to me, y'all. Make it make sense, because the math is definitely not mathing on my end. I think my delusional computer and calculator may be broken. You know me? The shit is not computing over here. These people are so replete with cowardice, you guys, in other words, that they are interjecting their own heartlessness onto people who do not fear. I gotta say that shit again for the bitches in the back. These people are so replete with cowardice, you guys. Cowardice. That they are inserting their own heartlessness onto people who do not fear such things. Think about that. That shit is a sickness. That's a fucking sickness. People who don't have that, you cannot tell stuff like that to, because that's not their reality. The mindset doesn't exist within these types of people. But they are steadily trying to insert fear. Oh, he better stay away now. You're here. Don't you go above that ledge. You just might fall. Yeah, no, you better tiptoe around that. Don't you jump too high now. You not scared? What the fuck? As if I shouldn't be out here, doing the most. Doing the biggest. You want me to sit back in my fucking rocking chair and rot and not go after my greatness? Not create myself? Who the hell are these people, y'all? The shit is wild to me out here. And there's way too many folk out here like that. All inside boxing, all inside of society and life in general, you'll find these people. Don't you go striving too hard now. You just might fall. Aren't you going to be embarrassed if you fall? What if you don't make it? What if you can't overcome it? What if you can't beat them? So fucking what? I'm going any goddamn way. That's what. I'm doing it any fucking way. What? These people are crazy as hell, y'all. According to the backward logic of these cowards, you guys, Devin ought not to ever attempt to take the opportunity to challenge himself and prove himself, or prove that he's an elite of his generation. According to these people, he's not supposed to do that at all. He's supposed to stay as far away from that as possible. According to these simps, you just need to hide underneath your covers or something and shun the light of day, because, it's way too much to be out here creating a path of valor for yourself. That's too much to ask. You're going too far by trying to, show a level of valor, and passion for what it is that you love to do. This is the mentality of these people, you guys. I can't tell you how many of these perspectives I've come across throughout the week. And I already know that my beautiful people have come across the same thing over the weeks, because, a lot of us be in the same, we frequent people like Champside, BFTB, and 78, and we see all types of comments being made wherever it is that we go, and across social media. If you have Twitter and stuff like that, you see these types of mentalities permeating all over the place. People talking like this. It's like, what the fuck are these people talking about? I can't tell you how many, crazy ass repulsive statements I've come across by, cowardly individuals. But these are the same people. These are the very people who dare to have the names of the GOAT, Ali, in their mouths. These are the same people who dare to mention people like Joe Louis and Frazier and Hagler and Hearn and all these beautiful brothers in their mouth. The same people. But telling Devin, don't you gonna lose to Boots now, you hear? You better not call his name. He's like Candyman. He may just get you. What the fuck? Tell him to come the fuck on then. You feel me? It's like, what, these people just shaking their boots at the thought of challenge. The goal of these cowards to utter those names of those beautiful great ancestors and call themselves boxing fans. Meanwhile, the boxing, elite of their era, here is one exemplifying that he is standing on, 10 toes, going after things that are going to be challenging for him, but saying nonetheless, I am willing to rise to the occasion. And you telling him to sit the fuck down and not try? Oh my God, it's disgusting, y'all. It's absolutely disgusting. And then turn around and say, oh, Devin, he somehow shouldn't walk the same path that his forefathers did. If Ali dared to be great, if Pernell Whitaker dared to be great, hell, if Oscar De La Redbottom in his time dared to be great, who the fuck is to say that Devin shouldn't be doing that in his time and claiming his goddamn space? If Duran can do it in his time, Marquez, all these people can get up and do it in their Hector fucking Camacho. All these people, Nassim Hamed, if he can get up and do it in his goddamn time, why the fuck can't? What makes Devin different? Why is he beyond the opportunity to grace himself by challenging himself, by fighting the best and proving that he is among the best of his era? It's not too good for Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson or anybody else of this era that whoever thinks that they could go ahead and go forth and do something like that. I'm not telling nobody to sit the fuck down. If you're wasting time, you can sit the fuck down and get out of my face. But if you're out here really standing 10 toes, go talk your shit. And go back your shit up. I salute you. Go ahead and go do that. I'm not protecting you from shit. Go ahead and go prove it. You say you can go kill the fucking deer? Go get the deer, go hunting. I'll start the fire so we can cook that shit the fuck up. You know what I mean? That's the logic behind it. And these people are too busy simping and you know, cowering that they want these people to sit down instead of going to amass the level of success for themselves and seeing if they could actually go out and set foot and achieve those types of things. They want to quell the passion of these young brothers, and particularly of the young King Devin at this time, who is unabashedly, you know, saying that he is going to step foot out into that terrain and create the path that he wants to see for himself. They want to dissuade his passion, and it's sickening to me. Absolutely. Let him eat. Let the man eat. If he catches what he can kill, let him hunt and clean his fucking plate. Let him clean his plate. Are there perceived hurdles on that top 10 list that he gave you? Are there going to be challenges and having to get over and overcome some of these men if he gets in the ring with them? Absolutely. That's the fucking point. That's the point of the hit list. He didn't make a goddamn grocery list, y'all. He didn't say, okay, well, today we're going to get some apples. Over here, we're going to add some grapes to the list. We're going to get some apple juice. Okay? We're going to get some, you know, this or that. No, he made a hit list, not a fucking grocery list. It's supposed to be challenging. He got the names of the people who are considered to be, you know, among the most notable across 3 goddamn divisions. He doesn't expect this shit to be easy, but it's not going to stop him from saying, I want your fucking head on a plate. I'm coming to take your crown. Whether it's your self-proclaimed crown, like somebody like, you know, Riri, or if it's an actual crown, like somebody like Boots. I'm taking that shit. I'm taking it. All of this. You know? Absolutely, it's going to be some challenges on that list. As there should be. He's not afraid of the challenges. What did I say last week? A warrior is going to look at a challenge as a point of what? Arrival. A challenge is a point of arrival, not retreat. A point of arrival. In other words, where there's a challenge, you're going to find me in the center of that shit, not running from it. That's the point, is that he wants to be challenged, and he is letting the world know that, challenge or not, I'm going to be in the center, claiming my spot. However it goes, I'm going to be in the center. The point is to overcome the challenges and prove your stature. You cannot do that by hiding underneath your goddamn bed. People got the shit ass backwards out here, thinking that, you know, taking nobody fights or fluff and filler fights only, you know, is how you earn a crown. That's bullshit. People got it twisted out here because it's being done so often nowadays that people have now accepted this as the norm, unfortunately. And I think that's what many of us here often complain about, this particular aspect and mindset. No, that's not the goddamn norm. You earn your crown among the worthy. That's the only way you earn the crown. You earn your crown among other men of valor and prowess. You earn your crown among other men of fierce competitive fortitude. That's where you earn the crown. The names on this list are men who represent some aspect of these things across 3 divisions. That is why he put their names on the list. He didn't put his name, these names on the list to take a fucking vacation. He is challenging them because he's expecting them to challenge him. And he is expecting to overcome every last one of them. That's what he should be thinking. He is telling you and the boxing world and everybody the world over that he is only interested in proving himself. And if people can't fathom that, you guys, then, a lot of people are out here deceiving themselves by thinking that they are boxing fans because they are not. I don't know what these people are. Anybody that got caught, complaining about this fucking list is an absolute puss and a coward and a disgrace to the sport. Diabolical work. Anybody out here complaining that this man is on demon time saying, yeah, I want the smoke. 3 divisions worth of smoke. If I can get it, I'm taking it. Now, will the young King Devin Haney get to every man on this list? I don't know. It's 10 names. You know what I'm saying? It may take him motherfucking 10 years. We never know what the future holds. I have no idea if he will get to every man on this list. I have no definitive answer as to the outcome of that. But what I do know is that every name that he has mentioned on this particular list, every fight, that he intends to have, I know that he will do his damnedest to get it, because I have never seen Devin Haney act against his word. I've never seen him act against his word. And another thing that I know is that every fight that he has taken up until this point, everything that he has done up until this point has led him to, along his short, young journey, to become the youngest undisputed champion. That I do know, which tells me that he only does what's in service of his legacy and his greatness in this sport. I know that as well. He does not speak with 2 tongues, going in opposing directions. You will not find that from Devin Haney. He says what he means. Okay? He says what he means, and he goes about setting a path to getting the work done to ensure that he gets what he is out for. Either way, he's given the boxing world a full view of who he's got his intentions on, and I think it's wonderful, and I can't wait to see him embark on it. He has my full support. Any fucking questions, anybody? You saw the goddamn list. Welcome to the motherfucking Haney era, to put it nicely. Okay, I'll leave it there for now. Let me check with my people to see what y'all think about that. What was y'all reaction when y'all saw, this list? Like, the whole fucking Twitter space lit up, and everybody's like, oh, Bill Haney dropped the list, and it was like, yo, this is how we stepping. Okay? Shook everybody up to the core. What did you guys think about that when you saw that on Twitter? Or when you had heard that that particular list dropped? I was like, what? Let's go. Salute to the King Ra in the building. I see you. Ra said Ryan versus Rolly on Crunchyroll. Not Crunchyroll. I was dead ass watching Crunchyroll. I was watching Naruto on Crunchyroll earlier today. That's crazy you said that. But yeah, I may just see it on Crunchyroll. Dead ass. Salute to the Shogun in the building. I see you. He says, it'll be on after the Amazing World of Gumball. Y'all are dead ass wrong. Twin, you see what you done started? Twin done got everybody going crazy up in here. Talking about where the damn rematch between Ryan and Rolly is going to take place. Oh my God. What's that other one? I forget what that other one is. It's like Crunchyroll, but it's another one. I forget what it's called. Yes, Twin. He says that hit list was an open invitation. He told all those people, come get it. Facts. I'm super excited about that. The great Mike says, Haney has a real hit list, and I guarantee, unlike Tank, he will fight some or all of them. Yes, great Mike. I have no doubt about it whatsoever that he intends to begin Xing some names off of that list as soon as he can. He doesn't speak without the means and the foresight to actually attain what it is that he sets out. If he says it, that is what he's on the mission to do. Okay? Which I absolutely respect out of Devin Haney. It's one of the things I respect the most about him. The King Steven says, just watch the Tracy Morgan with Devin. Very inspiring. He rightly calls Devin the face of boxing. Really? Yeah, okay, so that's true. I came across something that, I forget, I think it was on Twitter earlier today, and somebody had mentioned Tracy Morgan. I didn't know if it was an interview, but I had seen somebody write a little post about it. So, okay, I'm going to check that out. It's on YouTube, King Steven. Yeah, I'm going to check that out for sure. Jose Diaz says, no one's been doing that. You're correct. Absolutely, King Jose. Who's stepping like that with the damn, we already know the fake ass goddamn hit list Tank Davis put out 2 years ago. But what has he also said over the past 2-3 years? I'm retiring. What has he also said besides the fact that he's retiring? Oh, what has Shakur Stevenson done for me lately? He better send me some chocolates and some roses before I even think twice about fighting his ass. That's kind of the energy that he's had. Who he's not fighting and who is undeserving of a fight. He ain't even talk about who he's fighting. I mean, if it's not Jake Paul, nobody is getting in the ring with goddamn Tank Davis. Apparently. So he backed out on his own goddamn hit list. Crazy work. Yes, exactly. The Great Mike says, these fighters don't understand win or lose. If you have to fight the best, that's what people remember. 1000% couldn't have said it better. Great Mike. Salute to the King Snacks in the building. Nice to see you. He says, good evening, beautiful Sugar-Free Mars and chat fam. Salute to you, Snacks. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. What is this? Here we go. The Great Mike says, how many Tank fans or Shakur fights would be remembered if they both retired right? Oh my God. Great Mike, that's a hell of a question. That's a hell of a question. How many Tank fights or Shakur fights would we remember if they both retired right now today? Ooh, chow. Chow. The damn De Los Santos fight is what just popped up in my head as far as Shakur, because the shit was so, people found that fight to be so deplorable. That's the fight that people are still talking about, when Shakur still can't live that down. People are still talking about that fight 2 years later. So if Shakur Stevenson retired right now, they would remember the fight with the least punches thrown in boxing history. And for Tank Davis, oh my God, what would be his most remembered fight? Chow. I don't even know. I have no idea. Maybe the one where he did the backflip off the ropes. Either way you cut it, it's not going to be anything memorable. It's not going to be anything of legacy, because neither of them have had a fight of legacy yet, because they both seem to be tiptoeing around each other, most definitely. And they both bypassed the opportunity, when they had it, to face Devin Haney to make that legacy fight. So crazy work. Excellent question, Mike. And it's one that, all these delusional people out here should really reckon with. Salute to the King COE Films in the super chat. He says, cook queen. Thank you so much, King. And I appreciate you for joining. And thank you for contributing to the channel. I definitely appreciate the support. Thank you. No Cap is in the building. Salute to the King No Cap. He says, you know the answer, Queen. They can't stop greatness. Facts. Facts, King No Cap. Nice to see you. Oh my goodness, the King Stormy B-Man is in the building. What's up, King Stormy? Lovely to see you as always, King Stormy. Thank you so much. The beautiful mind, King Stormy. So full of wisdom, so full of eloquence. You know what I'm saying? Reserve, but he will light your ass up in a second. That's my fiery brother, Stormy B-Man. Always gives it no chaser. Yo, actually, Stormy, you had me cracking up. When were you on BF's channel? Was that last week, King Stormy? Where you was lighting up that damn Australian man? You was not letting up off the gas, and I was like, let's go, Stormy. Talk to him. Teach, teach, teach. You cooked that dude. I loved every bit of it. Stormy B-Man is always with the fire, with the heat, and most certainly with the facts. For sure. Oh my goodness, we got the King Freedom's March in the building. Oh, salute to you, King. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, King Freedom. Oh my goodness, we have another super chat, you guys, from Stephen L. the Mac. Thank you so much. He says, motherfucking queen? Okay. Boots, Norman Jr., and Core. Only 3 I have to see him beat. And Team Vegeta and Brawly? Okay. Okay, so you're a Dragon Ball person. Okay. Okay, so he said Boots, Norman Jr., and Shakur are the only three I have to see him beat. I feel you on that. I wouldn't be mad at all if he didn't. I'm not expecting him to get every single. If he did, that would be absolutely gangster. Okay, on every level, if he managed to, within his career, get to everybody's head, that would be fantastic. But yes, I can agree with you with that. There are definitely some top names, specific names that I'd love to see him beat before he, exited the game at whatever point in time that would be. I definitely agree. B. Norman, Boots, and Shakur, 1,000%. I would love to see him take those brothers on. Beautiful fights. Oh my goodness, imagine a fight with Brian. Brian Norman is an absolute monster, y'all. I know that he goes under the radar a lot of the times. A lot of times, you find people out here trying to throw dirt on his name. I have no idea why. He's a fantastic fighter. Okay? Fantastic fighter. Like real talk, like for real. Like, and it was like going around that he had put Terrence Crawford on his ass in sparring. You guys, B. Norman is not some, you know what I'm saying? He's different, like for real. Like he's one of those ones. So people don't really want to put respect on B. Norman's name, but a lot of that may come from people having a fear of him. So they rather soil his name so they don't have to face him or give him credit, because that'll keep them from having to face him in real time. Brian Norman is an absolute monster. Okay. So it'll be a wonderful challenge for Devin Haney to get in there and do battle with somebody the likes of Brian Norman's stature. Excellent fight. I would love to see that. Boots, of course, would be a wonderful showcase of warriorship as well. And Shakur Stevenson, that fight is long overdue in my opinion. And Shakur was happy to let the ship sail, according to him. Those were his literal words. Oh, the ship sailed on the Devin Haney fight. I guess the ship sailed because he moved up to 147 and I'm never going past 140 looking ass. Except when it was time for him to call out Conor Benn at 54. Get your ass out of here with that nonsense. What y'all think about that? Let me see what my people were saying. Great Mike says, we remember for all the wrong reasons. Shakur, no punches, and Tank's hair grease. Great Mike is on their neck today, boy. What? Let's go, Great Mike. Oh my goodness. My twin says, for Tank, it would probably be Pedraza. Tankomaniacs always seem to bring him up. Yeah, but not as far as even any. Yeah, they bring him up because he's the only champion that he faced. He's the only champion that he acquired a belt from. It's always to save face. You're absolutely right, twin. The King Todd Swindle is in the building. He says the one with his girlfriend. Oh, shit. Todd Swindle, oh my God, my people are on demon time today. Damn. Not the fight that they're going to remember from Tank is the one when he was motherfucking snatching up his girlfriend at the basketball game. Damn. Todd Swindle woke up and chose violence on this Sunday, y'all. What? Damn, Todd. Okay, I see how you stepping, King. The King Steven says Stormy lit that New Zealand dude up. Didn't he? Yo, that shit was so funny, Steven. Oh my God. I said, Stormy. You better leave Stormy alone. He's a dangerous man. That's a dangerous mind and a dangerous man. Leave Stormy B. Man the hell alone. That damn Aussie man didn't know what to do with Stormy. I said, throw in a towel. I had to throw in my shoe on that one. Not even a towel. Damn. That shit had me cracking up the other day. Salute to Stephen L. the Mac back in the super chat. He says he beat the hell out of the other 7 easy. Oh, okay. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah, so you feel like those would be his most challenging. Yeah, I think, any way you want to look at that, especially the top 5 on that list for sure, is a good look. But I want to see the challenge. You know what I'm saying? Wonderful challenge for him. I'd like to see him overcome in real time and to see, who among those men would give him the most challenges and how well he is at adapting to, the storm in front of him. Because of course he can only know that when he's in the center of it. It would be great to see those adjustments that he can make because it'll only show, in a clear way, his IQ, and the supremacy of his generalship. And if he could, dominate and supersede, the output of whoever it is that's in the ring with him. I can't wait to see it. Definitely can't wait to see that, Stephen L. For sure. My twin says Brian Norman Jr. as a silent but violent man. That's the only concern on that list. But let's see it. Yeah, B. Norman is yeah. He's he's yeah. He's definitely a monster. Okay? We'll just leave it there. The King Freedom says Devin's list is comprehensive, and I have no doubt he'll do his best to achieve it. Well said, King Freedom. Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. Oh my goodness, my big bro, the Druth, is in the building. He says, salute, Queen. Hey, my big bro. Love my big bro. Nice to see you. Peace and blessings. Thank you so much for joining, King. Always good to see you. Oh, really? Stephen Eldermack says, I chop it up with Norman Sr. They my folk. Oh, that's so nice. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, those, I love the father and son duo, of course, that beautiful black family intact. The beautiful warriorship, exemplified between father and son, trust. That dynamic between them is beautiful. I definitely salute the Normans. And, it's one, I can't wait to see what Norman, has next. I'm looking at I think his fight is on June 19th. It's going to be in Japan. I can't wait to see what they do there. And of course, I can't wait to see, what he does when he comes back to the States, what fight is going to be lined up for him next, because I definitely want him to be unifying. I wish that this Barrios fight was not happening. You know what I'm saying? He should be unifying with goddamn Barrios so that we could build up, of course, the much anticipated, much needed fight between, he and Boots ultimately. But for some reason, I think they're trying to stall. That's why they're putting this fluffer fight in with Barrios and Pacquiao. They're trying to stall 147. I don't think they want it to move too quickly. I don't think they want, one king to be solidified too quickly. So it is what it is. But either way, I can't wait to see what's up for B. Norman, because he's a fantastic, beautiful, beautiful young fighter. One of my favorites for sure right now. No cap. Salute, King. Again, he says, Sugar Free. I just started posting on my YouTube, No Cap Media. Really happy for you, Queen. For real, for real. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And thank you for, coming to see the channel. Have I seen you in a live before? I don't think I've seen you in a live before, even though of course you always show me love, over the past, months on the commentary, like the separate videos that I do. I always see, when you comment and stuff like that. I appreciate you. You have wonderful insight as well. Every time we have met on the Beautiful King Champ Sides platform, your insight is always concise and clear, and truthful and honest. So I'm definitely going to check out your channel and see your stuff as well. Thank you for supporting the channel. So I definitely got to show love back. I'll be sure to go check out your stuff as well. And anybody else in the chat, definitely go check out No Cap Entertainment, representing the UK. You got a beautiful accent. And, he talks some boxing stuff. So anybody, definitely go show love to No Cap Entertainment. Check his channel out as well. Let me see what else you guys been talking about. Yeah, let me see the great King Devin Haney go out and do what he wants to do. These people out here complaining instead of celebrating greatness in real time. And these are the same motherfuckers that's going to be, 30 years from now saying, when Devin Haney is in the history books 50 years from now, oh, yeah, I remember Devin Haney in my time. The same motherfuckers that's hating on him are going to be the same people saying, yeah, I remember when Devin Haney fought such and such, but they ain't going to be telling their grandbabies that they motherfucking favorite haters in the front row, hoping for his demise. Same shit that they do to Ali. Everybody that, oh, we love Ali, were the same people saying, oh, he talk too much. Why he talking that black power stuff? Oh, he better stop. He gonna get us in trouble, massa. I'm not on that black power stuff. That's him. No, I don't believe in that. Same shit. Same shit. Everybody quote unquote love Ali, just like everybody quote unquote loved Martin Luther King, but they was fucking hating on his ass and waiting on his downfall as well. Crazy as hell. Anywho, let me see what let's get into this final matter that I wanted to touch on, because it is definitely something that I found to be poignant and absolutely hilarious, but equally diabolical at the same time. Hold on a second. I had to drink some water. Okay, let's get into this. There's been a sighting, you guys. Have you guys been made pretty privy of the sighting that took place yesterday? There's been a sighting. Okay? Javante Red Light Special Davis has been sighted in public, you guys. Can you believe it? I was absolutely astonished. I said, hold up. Am I seeing things right? Is this AI? What is going on? He done came out of motherfucking hiding, you guys. Tank Davis. I couldn't believe it. Okay? It's crazy. And his sighting has apparently, left a whole bunch of sassy people in a frenzy across social media. Some of his fanboys are out here, throwing confetti, and they were so happy, the lip gloss started flying everywhere. They started throwing daffodil petals and Reese's Pieces and goddamn Jolly Ranchers up in the air. Child, I was like, oh my God, it's a celebration. What happened? They said, child, you didn't know? Tank Davis posted a selfie. Crazy, crazy work, you guys. A frenzy. Social media was in a frenzy. Did you guys see that on Twitter, you guys? Okay, so if you haven't, you just look at the screen, okay? Look at my goddamn thumbnail, and in the center, you will see this selfie. You will see this diabolical ass selfie that Tank Davis posted across social media. Just kindly put your eyes to the center of your screen, and there is the gentleman right there in front of you. This is the photo that he goddamn posted on his social media. Okay, he done dropped the photo. Now, you guys, this is his first appearance. His first appearance since the fight with Lamont Roach back in March. Okay? The man has been missing. He literally changed his number, as we discussed. Okay? Goddamn, Lamont Roach was trying to call this man, changed his number, got a new social security number. He done got a new wig. Okay? He done colored his hair and said, peace. He done got out of sight, y'all, as fast as he can. Man done disappeared. All of a sudden, he pops up on goddamn Twitter with a selfie. Now, y'all know that I have been asking for this man's whereabouts for basically coming upon 3 months now. Ever since the fight, happened. I'm out here asking, where the hell is Tank Davis? Wherever could he be? We could not get a word about this man's whereabouts, about what he's doing for 3 months. Can you guys believe that? Where he been for 3 months, y'all? We couldn't get a word out of this man. Okay? We couldn't get him to talk about, we couldn't ask about Lamont Roach. We couldn't ask him what was on the horizon. We couldn't ask him if the rematch, before we got a date on that rematch happening, we couldn't get, if it was happening, if it was not happening, if it was left, if it was right. Nothing. He virtually disappeared. All of his team, none of his coaches were, able to be, contacted. What was going on with these people, y'all? That shit is crazy. We can ask him what he thinks about anything. He literally disappeared. Absolutely disappeared. But lo and behold, Tank Davis has resurfaced, you guys. He must have been feeling like some hell of a bad bitch, y'all, because do y'all see that photo in the center of your screen? Do y'all see this goddamn photo in front of you guys? Okay? He must have been feeling like the motherfucking hot girl of the year because, baby, he took that selfie and said, oh, this is definitely the one I'm posting on my goddamn social media. And that picture had all the men's in his comment section in a frenzy. He had every bit of these men up in his damn thing, all in their feelings on Twitter, y'all. Did y'all see the comments on his Twitter under this photo? It's diabolical. Okay? Tank Davis done came out of hiding, and everybody's in a bunch. Now, I guess this could be, considered, timing, good timing, right? That it's right on time, because of course, his rematch is only a couple of months away, right? Now that we are basically, touching the month of June, only about a week away from June officially, right? Which would mean that we have about 2 months, 2.5 months or so before the fight that's to take place on August 16th. So I guess it's good news that he has come up for air and made a sighting officially. But what is weird, you guys? What is absolutely weird is that, he got more smoke for the people in his comments regarding this photo that he posted than he had for goddamn Lamont Roach. The motherfucker that gave him the first draw on his professional record. Why is he in here going back and forth with the people in the comments, y'all? Did y'all see the comment section of Tank Davis's photo? Crazy work, you guys. Now, somebody in his comments, and I'm not gonna front, this shit was way out of pocket. It was way out of line and uncalled for. Okay? Somebody in his comments, a grown ass motherfucking man, you guys, wildly stated under this picture on Twitter, in the comment section of this photo, he tweeted this. He says, "He's so short and cute to me." That's the comment, y'all. This is what the man said. He said, "He's so short and cute to me." Child. This is a motherfucking comment by one of his man fans. Do you hear this? Tank Davis is so short and cute to him. That's what this picture of Tank Davis conjured up in this man's mind. Shit was disgustingly wild. Okay? This was one of the comments left by one of the man fans. And this was supposed to, I guess, be a compliment. Why are you fucking talking to another grown man like this is beyond me. Okay? Now, Gervonta Davis happened to respond to this person. And he absolutely lit this man up. And it was wild. He said, this is Tank's response to that. He said, quote, "Stay your gay ass in your lane." You guys, that was motherfucking Tank's response, you guys. Stay your gay ass in your lane. That's what he told him. It's just, the shit is absolutely diabolical, my people. Okay? Tank Davis is responding to his sassy crusaders with more vehemence than he had for Lamont Roach over 3 months. How is this possible, you guys? Why are the man fans getting all this smoke? They love you. They the one that tell you pretty and that your braids is so impeccable and that the luster on your straight perm, rivals Farrah Fawcett's and Jennifer Lopez on any day. Why are you cursing their asses out, Tank Davis? Oh my goodness. It's just wild work, y'all. You really can't make this stuff up. I'm not that good of a writer to even conjure up something like this. This is what's happening in the comment section, y'all. Absolutely hilarious. Except that I wish instead of, doing all that smoke, signaling in the comment sections, I wish that he would instead tell us if he actually plans on retiring this year so that we can put all this BS to rest for once and for goddamn all. Can you tell me that instead of, going back and forth, talking to the man fans who love you dearly because you are so short and cute to them, how about you give me a finalization on the status of your goddamn retirement so that 135 could actually have some momentum going again and you can stop holding up belts that you have no intention of putting respect on. You feel me? That damn Tank Davis was going back and forth with the sassy fan. Now, it's just crazy. I came across another fan, you guys, that said something like, "Oh shit, y'all. Let me tell you what the fans are saying, because this picture really got, they really got the sassy men's just turning over. Tickle pink. He got the sassy fans tickle pink out here. This is what another fan said. "Oh shit. Tank done cut his hair. Lamont is in trouble." That's another quote, you guys. "Tank done cut his hair. Lamont Roach is in trouble." What? What type of world are we living in? Tank done cut his hair so Lamont Roach is in trouble? Ooh, child. You know, absolute comedy in the comment section. But you know what? Another fan also said things like, you know, there was fans saying stuff like, drip. Drip is a comment that was left by a fan. Another fan said, Chrome Heart Javonta is back. These are the comments, you guys. Go on Twitter and look through these goddamn comments. It's diabolical. Okay? One guy said this. I was on the floor, y'all, for real. This dude said this. He said, quote, keep shining, shorty. Get back time is coming soon. Do you hear this? He called Tank shorty. Shorty. I don't know what side of the earth or what city this man is from, but on my side, a nigga only addresses a female as a shorty where I'm from. We don't say shorty to dudes. Shorty is for the girls. When a dude see a girl like, what up, shorty? How you doing, shorty? You need help, shorty? Oh, let me hold the door for you, shorty. That's how that goes on my side of town. Ain't no man referred to as shorty. That is for the females. Okay? You don't call men shorty. This man said, keep shining, shorty. What? Diabolical work, y'all. Absolutely unacceptable. The history of the term shorty is for the ladies and has always been for the ladies. I don't know when the fuck that shit switched. Okay? I don't live on that plane. All right? But it is what it is. That's how they do it wherever the hell he's from. Shit is wild. Anyways, you know, what are we doing here? How did we get to this point in boxing, y'all? It's crazy work. Everything is out of hand and upside down. Okay? Now, there were also some people, if you guys did get to go on his Twitter, or if you wanted to go check on his Twitter later, you know, there were definitely some people in the comments who were straight up and down roasting the hell out of Tank Davis too. And that shit was wild funny. Like, mad people were in there who, you know, like myself, upon close glance, many people had questions as to the outfit choice of Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, I don't know if you guys have recognized so far in looking at your screen, but Gervonta Tank Davis in the selfie, you guys, many people like myself, upon a closer inspection of the photo, many people in the comment section were also wondering and found it very peculiar as to why in the motherfucking Chrome Heart world was Gervonta Davis wearing leopard skin drawers. Why is Tank Davis wearing leopard skin drawers in this selfie and exposing them to the world? What? Well, pull up your goddamn pants. Nobody want to see your motherfucking leopard skin animal print drawers. He got the tiger drawers on. What is going on? He got the cheetah print underwear on. I mean, what? That's none of my goddamn business. Okay? This is crazy. This is, now y'all know why I named him Red Light Special Davis. Because he want to be talked to nicely, even by his goddamn foes and opponents and adversaries. You got to talk to him nice. You can't talk to him mean if you want to fight with him. You got to send him some rose buds and some rose petals and some champagne, so also that he can consider you for a fight. You got to talk to him nice. He want the Red Light Special treatment. So his name is Red Light Special Davis. But I think I'm going to have to add another name to that list. Okay, so not only is he going to go forward being known as Red Light Special Davis, but I'm going to have to add Purple Pain Davis. Purple Pain, not Purple Rain, because he's not reigning on anything. He refuses to reign in the 135 division, but Purple Pain, because he got all the men hurting over him in his comment section. Okay? Purple Pain Davis out this bitch. What's going on, y'all? What is going on? I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I want to unsubscribe. I need to unplug. Okay? How do I cancel? Where is the off switch? I don't want this. This is not what I want. I didn't ask. I didn't ask for your tiger print drawers, Tank Davis. I asked for you to fight the motherfucking best before you retire. Okay? I didn't ask for your straight perm. I didn't ask for you to rival Rosie Perez with your hairstyle. I didn't ask for a length check of your bob, your luxuriant bob. I didn't ask for none of that shit. I asked for you to fight Javante Davis. I asked for you to fight Shakur Stevenson. Hey, fight Keyshawn Davis. And you gave me some tiger print goddamn leopard skin cheetah print draws. What in the hell? What in the purple pain is going on here? I want out. How the fuck do I hit eject? Where is the eject button? I want out of this. I want out of this. It's just crazy, crazy work, you guys. Crazy work. This is what's happening, you guys. You know, hopefully he got some training in with them goddamn leopard skin draws. Hopefully them leopard skin draws gave him a bit of goddamn courage to not have the fight end up in a draw. Okay, hopefully his new draws don't get him another draw when he faced goddamn Lamont Roach in August. How about that? Can we make that work? Can we set that up, Mr. Purple Pain Davis? Can we set that up, please? All right. This is crazy, y'all. This is absolutely crazy. I'm looking at that and it's just like, whoa. Yes, he was definitely getting flamed and roasted in the comment section as well. Shit was mad funny. People was like, nah, bro. Some people was like, I rocks with you, son, but this shit is like wild. You know what I mean? This shit is like, you feel be like, nah, bro. You know what I mean? So a lot of funny ass comments in there. You know, all extremes. People who are with it, people who are like, hell nah, bro. Nah. Not this one. We accepted the straight perm. Okay, we accepted the nail polish and your new purse. This is going a little bit too far. You got the Victoria's Secret cheetah print panties. What is going on here? Child, I'm going to have to leave it there because we can go on and on and on for that. And I'm trying to let this man live. I don't know. Maybe when he feel beautiful, he's motivated to train. Maybe he needed to feel sexy, you know, to say, hey, this is what gets me pumped up to, you know, to actually make some actual boxing fights. Let me put on my silk leopard skin drawers on because that's going to give me the motivation. Listen, if I get the best fights out of you, I'm not asking no questions. That's none of my goddamn business. But how about you not post a selfie for the world to see your new drawers that you got from Victor's Secret? Victor's Secret, not Victoria's. Victor's Secret. All right? I'm through with this, y'all. Okay. Let me check in with my people. Did y'all see the any of the comments? Did y'all see that Twitter post and see the comments in real time? What they were saying? Shit was crazy funny. Crazy funny, y'all. I had to touch on that. Stephen L. the Max said he was dressed freaky. Freaky ass nigga. He a 69 God. He a fan. What? Listen. Great Mike says, I saw Tank fans losing their minds over Tank's pick. Unbelievable. Exactly. Please let them know so these people think I'm not capping. I do not cap. Okay? I'm not called sugar free for no reason. I gets it straight, no chaser. Okay? What I'm telling you is what I'm telling you. Go see for yourself. The comment section was crazy. And people were just like tripping over it. And dudes was like, ooh. Some dude was like, oh, drip. I was like, drip? Ooh, get me out of here. I had to click out of that comment section. If I didn't start seeing some, you know, really funny comments, like people like roasting him, I'd be like, all right, son. I'd have got there even quicker than I hauled ass out of there. It's crazy. Zesty as hell, Great Mike. Exactly. Oh my God. Salute to the King, Hollywood Leon. I see you in the building. I had to scroll up a little bit. Salute to the King, J-Man. I see you. Oh, we got the King Corbin in the building. Salute to you, King. He says, peep his posture. Sprung into action with a bad baddie selfie, and now it's a Tank pride parade. He's definitely perked up in that photo, child. What? And the thing is that, okay, so you guys look at the screen and you see where Ryan is kind of ducking and falling on his ass beautifully. Tank is also holding a big ass purse. Okay, I didn't get the purse in the shot, but if you go, he's holding a big ass bag. He's holding like one of my goddamn tote bags. He done borrowed my bag, and I don't remember giving him permission to go into my closet. But he's definitely holding my damn purse in the photo as well, in addition to the leopard skin drawers. Like, what the hell is going on, y'all? Diabolical, y'all. Real facts. Real facts. Salute to the King Freedom's March in the super chat. He says, Javonta Greased Goon Davis. Word. It gets worse. It gets worse by the hour, gang. Unfortunately. This boxing world is a wild place. Anthony Latham in the building. Salute to you. He says, Javonta suspect and zesty himself. Okay. Oh my gosh. The King Corbin says that's 80% of his fandom, though. He got to embrace the gay house he built. Well, apparently, in that conversation, he says, stay in your gay ass lane. That shit was so wild. But it's like, why you even go back? And that's not all he said. That him and this particular person had exchanged a few words with each other. So Tank Davis was taking time to respond to this zesty ass person. Why are you choosing the zesty person to you know what I'm saying? To respond to? You shouldn't be wasting your time in those zesty ass goddamn comments. Crazy work, y'all. Absolutely crazy work. We got the King Cypher in the building. Salute to you. Salute. Yeah, you guys. Crazy work. My big brother Jude says, I heard a Tank fan loved on that pic. I had some faggot raid my stream last night. What? And all faggotry trying to defend him? Are you serious? Listen, the freaks come out at night. What? The freaks come out at night. They be out here, bro. Trust me. I be seeing them hopping, page hopping, all types of places, all types of platforms as well. I've seen them, all types of Miguels on your channel. They show up, you know where they be at. They always showing up one way or another trying to defend, any type of crazy, wild, outlandish behavior that they think it needs to be justified because they know that there's no way to justify it. So they be coming out swinging, trying to save face for their sweetheart, for their sweet chrome heart, Purple Pain Davis. Okay. Diabolical work, y'all. My sister Cameron says, Purple Pain Passion. Yes, indeed, my dear. Crazy work, y'all. Crazy work. Ew, Daryl, no. He says that might be Tank's ex. Child. Child, I don't even want to think that in my mind. Okay. Either way, it's crazy work. I don't know what these boxing streets have turned into, particularly as it pertains to Javonta Tank Davis. Just some zesty stuff. Zesty things don't follow Devin. Zesty things don't, I don't see sassy parades around Keyshawn Davis. There's no sassy parade around Keyshawn. I don't see sassy parades around Shakur Stevenson. Lomachenko don't have Lomachenko, yes, he's had some. We got the coveted Black Truth taking care of that. Black Lies taking care of that. But I don't see no types of bandwagons like this for Gary Antoine Russell. There's no zesty motherfucking parade for Boots Ennis. Why is all the sassy stuff always following this man Javonta Tank Davis? Because he kind of calls for it a little bit with these bags and the motherfucking leopard skins and the goddamn Beyonce hair straightening kit. It's crazy. It's crazy as hell that these things just clamor to him. Insane work. But hopefully he's getting some type of training in that does not involve animal print underwear. Hopefully he's actually staying composed and focused on what he has in store on August 16th. We will see what happens as far as that's concerned, but I don't need to know anything else about Tank Davis at this point. I've actually lost all interest, real talk, in this man, because everything that follows him seems to be an absolute charade and it's accompanied by some type of folly, some type of song and dance and over dramatic production that I have not asked for. So it's like, Tank, I wish you would just fight. the best and just move the hell on. All this other charade is just, it's really tiring and very confusing and off-putting, real talk. But yeah, that's it for me, y'all. I just wanted to touch on those little things. Thought they were absolutely necessary to touch on because I would be remiss not to have spoken about that. Um, boxing tends to be in big hands, which is another reason. I mean, in strange hands, which is another reason why I'm very big on, um, my passion for the sportsmanship of people like Devin Haney, um, and just the uprightness of the sport and just keeping it about boxing. The other stuff is messy. Yeah, we can get a laugh here and there, but real. I can't get any more explicit when I say my interest is in boxing alone and the integrity and the fire and the passion of the sport. Anything else is a song and a dance that really has no place here. I don't like how much of the sport is becoming a soap opera, even though some of the shit is hilarious. You really do just have to laugh at it at the end of the day. It's like, what in the hell? What in the chrome hearts is going on? Diabolical work. Yeah, let me check any last words from my peeps before I wrap it up. Yes, James Earth, very feminine. J Man says, I'm dangerous with the nail polish emoji. Child. Crazy work. Crazy work. Yeah. Any last thoughts, you guys? I think I'll wrap it up. That was pretty much it for me. Um, of course, I have to, before we get out of here, thank you guys for, chilling with me, laughing it up with me, talking on this boxing thing that we love. Of course, and as usual, as we tend to do, I definitely appreciate all my real ones in the building. Salute to the great Mike, my brother, always 10 toes, always wonderful to have you, great Mike. Salute to my twin, Daryl Anderson. Thank you, King, for joining. The Freedom's March, my beautiful sister Chiquila Fields, my beautiful sister Cameron Fields. Thank you so much to my brother Drew for joining. Okay, Snacks B, the King Stephen X in the building, the King Rahoman, Jay the Man. Thank you, Cypher, for showing up. Okay, Hollywood Leon here for boxing. I appreciate you, Stephen Elder Mac. Thank you so much for the super chats. Oh, hold on, let me thank the everybody in the super chat. Hold on. Yes, Jaquila Fields, Nata 86, COE Films, Stephen L, I got you. Freedom's March, I got you. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. It's definitely always appreciated, but of course, more than anything, your presence here with me today is always warming and enjoyable, okay? Joining me to talk some boxing talk. I always love chopping it up with you guys. So, yeah, I think that's it for me. I'm going to end it here. Hope everybody has a wonderful week ahead. I hope you guys enjoyed our little chat today, our little discussion today. I'll definitely be back on the next one. Keep up with me in the community page, you guys. That's where I love to talk to you guys, share some thoughts, and, if I drop any commentary, keep a lookout for that as well throughout the week. And, yeah, wishing everybody well. Have a wonderful, prosperous week ahead. Stay well, stay clear, stay focused. All right. And I will see y'all on the next one. Big, big love, infinite energy, infinite blessings to all of you. All right. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.